Hey, everybody, welcome. We are back.
Are we back this time?
I think we're back this time, everybody, and I don't see any, I don't hear any kind of quirkiness going on. So, hey, everybody, this is second attempt part 2 on Battle of the Acrobatic Vigilantes. I don't know what happened, but we're laughing because we're repeating ourselves immensely. Some kind of round robin loop or something. Who goes first? You go first. Who goes first? You go first. Who goes first? You go first.
I'm not even going to attempt it this time. That was insane. Oh my
gosh, that was great. All right, everybody. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to Two Geeks in Your Microphone. I am your host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with my fellow co-host, the man himself, the one, the only, the super different. Trying to make up a word and I just lost it. Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say it, everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom land, and we apologize for the craziness that just happened earlier. So I think we have everything real. Fixed, so
maybe. Hey, we got 2 guests with us. Who is with us today, Mr. Mike?
All right, returning again, we have Mr. Theron Too Cool Lowry, our friend Theron.
What's up? How you doing?
Darren's in for another beating, everybody. I don't know why he keeps coming back. He always loses in these matches. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but we'll see. And then we have from the 3 Geeky Dads, Mr. Derek Renard. Welcome, Derek.
Hey, everybody.
Derek.
Good to be here. Yay. Always fun to hang with you guys. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's always good. We love the 3 Geeky Dads. So those who are regulars on our show know how much I think we talk about you guys every single episode.
Pretty close. So.
Sponsored, not sponsored.
Sponsored, not sponsored. Right. I like that. Oh, God.
Well, I don't know. They sponsor us. They're in.
Listen, the only reson I like Derek on the show is because I love his accent. He's got the thickest accent of the group. I love it.
I do. Especially when I get going. When I get excited and I start ranting and raving, it really comes out. So,
Derek, I have to say, my wife likes your accent too because her family's from New York, and your accent kind of reminds her of both her dad and her uncle who both passed away. Aww. So every time she hears you, like, aw.
All right. Well, we really need it. I'm positive there you're going to get going on this episode, so we're going to get all kinds of fun lingo and all.
All right.
Segue over to Batman. Just a forewarning that whole aspect. It was like, well, we can talk about Nightwing, but Batman's the real standout here.
No. We're sticking to Nightwing. It's Daredevil versus Nightwing,
that's right.
not Batman. So, I mean,
all right.
Yeah, Daredevil's got some Nightwing's got some crossover into Batman, but of course. All right. Well, I'm going to forego geeky news altogether. We'll jump into the Geek Dar real quick. Here, let me play the bumper for that.
Throw with the radar, sir. What's wrong with it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what?
The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. That's not all he's lost.
And I think we've really lost it this morning.
Oh no, we're just getting started.
All right. I got a couple things for Geekdar. So as most of you might know, I'm a pretty big fan of Shark Week. I watch Shark Week every year. And of course I did watch it this year. But there is a movie that I've been wanting to watch for the last several years, and I just
Sharknado?
No, not Sharknado. But yeah, I do want to watch Sharknado. I've never watched it. Another one would be The Meg, though, meaning the Megalodon.
Oh yeah, with Jason Statham.
Oh yeah. So I just watched The Meg this week.
It's a good one.
I actually liked it. I enjoyed it. It's like Jaws on steroids, man. It's pretty darn cool. And I love Jaws. Yes. Megalodon, the prehistoric shark.
I just watched that recently too for the first time. I had never seen it.
Really?
Yeah, and it was pretty good.
We might have to do an episode on that.
Possibly tell me that
the new one's coming out.
So. Is a hero.
Do what?
You can't possibly tell me Jason Statham is a superhero. That dude outlived that whole entire movie is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's pretty epic. I mean, he outlived a car that had a bomb stuck to the bottom of it. I mean, he went up against Jet Li. That was pretty fun in war. I mean, they became friends afterwards.
And now he fought a megalodon. So yeah,
right. Now he's fought a megalodon.
Right. Maybe we should do a versus episode with him.
Maybe
that's a good one right there.
Versus himself, right? So, Derek, you said there's a Meg 2 coming out?
Yeah, the Meg 2's coming out, and actually he's got 2 movies coming out because he's got that and he's got Expendables 4 is coming out too.
I did see the trailer for Expendables 4.
Okay,
but I think the Meg 2 looks like it finally has a good body count because that was one thing about the first one was there wasn't a lot of there were a lot of survivors in that.
I don't know. There was at least 3. I don't want to really give away.
No, well, there was like the whole that boat was full of people on the way home.
Sure.
Darn it.
Yeah, but the main one, the one that everyone wanted him to eat, happened, and it was pretty glorious.
That's true. Yes.
And then we had the one guy that gave himself up. That was, which I thought was very admirable. And he was kind of a jerk in the beginning, a little bit, So I like that. We had a few kills. But yeah.
Real quick, I'm going to squirrel for just a minute. Any of you see Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
I was shocked when all of a sudden here is Sam Jackson getting ready to do his monologue. Spoiler alert, everybody. Just saying.
I know, right?
And all of a sudden the shark comes out.
Seen the movie by now.
And I'm like, oh, I thought Sam Jackson was going to be through the whole movie.
He died early on in that movie.
Early on, they gobbled him. It was great. Yeah. So anyway, speaking of, that's a good point, Derek. I like that. There was not enough carnage for a shark movie, right? In the Meg. So
this was supposed to be more.
It was a little slow.
Bigger.
Yeah.
It was probably more carnage in Sharknado than it was in the Meg.
I think we're on track to do a Megalodon shark movie discussion before Meg 2 comes out.
I'm all up for doing a Megalodon discussion.
What's your obsession with sharks?
And
Sharks are the most benign species out there. You don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. I'm not that's like a shark. Like I would be scared of a shark if a shark was able to get out of the ocean, walk on land, come to my house, and stalk the perimeter. Unless I have a moat.
It's called Suicide Squad. It's called Suicide Squad. Have you not seen Suicide Squad?
Okay, so
that's right, King Shark.
Yeah. King Shark, yeah. If
he'll come out of land.
Is out there. I'm not scared of sharks. I'm telling you right about now. I'm putting my feet in the water, and that's about it. Now,
you know what?
If he's dumb enough to beach himself, then that's on him.
And you go out in the ocean, you're going to be the first one to get eaten. So.
I'm more scared of a jellyfish than I am of a shark.
Because the shark's gonna go, oh yeah, he's not afraid of me, chomp.
I'm more scared of a crab pinch than a shark bite. What are you talking about? I'm not going that deep in the water. Look at me. I'm not going that deep in the water, Mike.
Sharks are the apex predator. They are the perfect.
All right, everybody, moving along.
Okay, all right. All right. So yes, I watched Meg and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie, and I want to see Meg 2. I think that'll be great too.
That would be great.
Okay. My other, what was that?
Lois.
I'm sorry.
Lois, Stewie, Chris.
What about Stewie?
Go ahead. Never mind.
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Anyway,
I got it, Theron.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, we on the same wavelength, Derek.
Right over my head. Anyway, me and Derek can sing Schoolhouse Rock songs together. Anyway,
that was when you were born.
True. Anyway, my other geek are last night. My wife and I actually watched Jesus Revolution, and I finally got.
How was that?
That was a great movie. I really
liked it. Was it good?
Yeah. I've been a fan of Greg Laurie's work as a pastor for several years. Of course, I haven't been listening to him. I've been way back, more than several years, but I haven't been listening to him lately. And I was like, oh, okay, this is Greg Laurie's story. It's not really his story. It's kind of how Pastor Chuck Smith and Lonnie Frisbee kind of inspired him is and how they got him started, more or less. So it's really more their story and the story of Calvary Chapel and so on and so forth. But it's a really good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. And then, of course, since I watched that, I decided to stay up a little bit later last night, and I had to watch Pastor Greg Laurie's interview with the great Alice Cooper. So,
oh, cool.
Because I am also a mega Alice Cooper fan. So, yeah. If you're going to get a favorite pastor of mine, talk to one of my favorite shock rock guys. Yeah. I'm there for that interview, and it was great. It's a good interview. Look it up.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
Nice.
So those are my geek dars.
I'm not watching it because it's against my religion. Just kidding, everybody, because I'm a Christian too. So I just thought I'd just make it a joke.
So is Alice, by the way.
All right. Well, cool. Well, on my geek dar is I don't have much. The only thing I have is there's I'm looking forward to Ahsoka. Everybody, I'm really looking forward to it. And they released 2 new trailers that I saw. I think there's a 3rd new trailer that they released, but the one I really enjoyed was the Master and Apprentice trailer. I should have had it queued up, but it's really, really good. And it makes me I'm really looking forward to seeing Ahsoka because it kind of sets up, the folks that some people said had the orange lightsaber. Was it Ray Stevenson? Is it Ray Stevenson? Didn't he just pass away?
Yeah, he just
in it.
Yeah, he just passed.
And where they're showing that they're inferring that he's the master and the young girl is the apprentice, and the young girl is the one who looks like fights Sabine.
Yeah,
I think, kind of thing, and stuff like that. And Ahsoka fights the Ray Stevenson's character and stuff. So it just looks fabulous. It just looks really good.
I almost get the feeling that he is going to be Dave Filoni's version of Seaboth. That's
okay.
I mean, not that he's going to actually, be Seaboth, be that character, but I think he's coming in place of the Seaboth character from the Heir to the Empire trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think is happening here. We'll see. Because I think basically Dave is taking Heir to the Empire and he's retelling it,
reformatting, to get it to
to fit the Rebels.
Right, to fit Rebels. But I think the other part is I think that's nice that they're at least using the themes or the styles of stuff of what Heir to the Empire was, because just a great trilogy and stuff. So who did I see? Was it Jimmy?
Hashtag bring back Mara Jade.
Right. That's so
Start
true.
that hashtag now.
Yeah. I think Jimmy Mack posted from Rebel Force Radio posted he was at a beachside or at a pool or something, and he was reading Heir to the Empire. He's showing a picture of reading Heir to the Empire to prepare him for Ahsoka. So
I don't think it was Jimmy, but somebody in Rebel Force Radio Facebook group did post that for sure.
Oh, okay, I got
I don't think it was Jimmy though. Jimmy's read the books, but it's been years, I know, since he's read them.
Yeah.
And I think those might be the only books Jason has read, maybe in his entire life. But anyway.
Yeah. So that's mine. Thera, do you have anything on Geekdar or anything you'd like to share kind of what you've been doing in the geeky world this week?
One thing I'm looking forward to is the Across the Universes. The Spider-Verse Across the Universe is going to be coming out on Blu-ray and DVD on streaming apps and everything. I'm looking forward to rewatching that several times, picking up all the Easter eggs, and that's kind of like the only thing geeky related that
that's all good.
That's on my radar. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No pressure.
I mean,
no pressure.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. Like the first when it hits, I'm already gonna have it downloaded, and I'm just gonna keep watching them. I did the same thing to the first one, so
nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that like 100 times just to get all the Easter eggs in that.
Yeah, and they said they had over so many Easter eggs in that thing. It's crazy.
Wow.
Pausing it every few seconds. Who's who?
We're doing a marathon episode, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Derek, what do you got on your Geekadar?
I'm super psyched to hear that the DCU James Gunn made an announcement about the fact that moving forward, the animated movies that they make, the DC animated stuff, is going to be theatrical releases, which I think they should have. Yeah, what? I mean, it's kind of always been a thing where Warner Brothers and DC's live action stuff has always kind of struggled. You get hits and misses, but 9 times out of 10, all the DC animated stuff that they've put out over the last decade too, like, it has just been awesome. And there's a couple misses here and there, but like Hush and Killing Joke, but in general, and I feel like DC and Warner Brothers probably would have had. I feel like they probably would have made a lot more money and been more successful with the DC stuff if they had put those out in theaters.
Interesting.
Because I think people love them so much. They've got a huge following for them, and they usually are able to do a lot more with the animated stuff than they are with the live action. They tell certain huge stories, and although I do know that the Kingdom Come movie that they were going to do has gotten pulled.
Oh, really?
But,
what?
Yeah. They were originally planning on it. James Gunn decided they didn't want it. They didn't want to do that for animated, which I think I'm taking it as a good sign, because I think that means that eventually down the line they're going to try to work something in, live action wise.
I hope you're right.
Oh,
maybe I'll get Batfleck back. Maybe Ben will come back and play.
Don't hold your breath.
I love Batfleck,
but
I think he's done. I think he's not.
Yeah, no, which sucks.
I know. I agree with you, especially after the Flash. After the Flash, right. I think we need to get him a solo film with Deathstroke.
Right, I know.
Deathstroke.
But yeah, and the other thing was I'm a huge Western fan, and Red Dead Redemption.
Dude.
That second game is amazing, but they just announced that they're going to be doing a remaster of the original.
Wow!
If they do that, like looking with like the graphics and stuff from the
what they do
newer
today,
one, like it's going to be amazing, because that Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably one of the most gorgeous games I've ever played. I go back to it all the time, and just even just to I love open world games, but that one, just to kind of like, even just riding across the land is just, it's relaxing somehow. So they're doing a remaster of the first, which will be cool.
That's cool.
Nice.
I played the first one. I didn't get all the way through just time, because those games are just enormous.
They are.
But you get lost in that Western world. You really do.
Yeah, the music's amazing. The
music's
graphics,
great.
The story.
Yeah. And of course, the Deadeye function is just incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Deadeye is where it almost freezes time almost, and so you can mark all your people real quick. You build it up, and then then time comes forward, and you're doing like a real quick shots,
like a quick draw.
But actually, instead of a stormtrooper not hitting, you hit every single person.
Well, we'll have to see if our friends Sage Page and Contagious Punk are playing those, because they play all their games on Twitch and everything. So let's see if they're involved in either of those games. I'm just curious, is that the game? Do you guys remember the episode of Big Bang Theory where Sheldon is he's like upset or something, and he's in a game, and he's like a cowboy in a game, and he's just out walking, and he goes, "I decided to go for a walk." And you hear the spurs and everything. And I don't know if
probably.
I don't know.
It could.
I don't know if that was that game or not, but I thought that was funny.
What's Big Bang Theory?
Huh?
I said, what's Big Bang Theory?
All right. With that said, I think maybe
lost my geek card, everybody.
Go ahead and move on to the main event.
It's the origin story. You have the energy drink.
All right, we're moving to the main event.
It's time for the main event. All right, let's get to it. Let's get ready to
punch out.
Stop it! You can't say that.
I know I can't.
That's right.
We can't afford that.
Right?
Oh, we can't say the what I just said.
He
it's
goes
copyright.
he goes after podcasters and stuff.
He does.
Oh,
This
my
is
bad.
crazy.
You can't
Let's get ready to get sued.
We'll give him a pass. He didn't know.
Can't get any blood out of a turnip, right?
That's true.
Yeah, good luck getting blood out of these guys. You're in trouble. All right, so we are moving on with our versus episode, and we got a fantastic matchup here today. At least I think so. We got the two acrobatic vigilantes of the Marvel and DC universe, Daredevil for the Marvel side, and Nightwing for the DC side. So I got a little breakdown of each character. I'm going to read through that real quick. So we have our Daredevil origin. Matt Murdock, also known as Daredevil, is a Marvel Comics superhero created by writer Stan Lee and artist Bill Everett. After an accident involving radioactive chemicals, Matt lost his sight but gained heightened senses, including radar-like perception. Trained by a blind martial arts master called Stick, Matt Murdock uses his enhanced senses and combat skills to fight crime as Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen. Oh, by the way, I also found out in doing research that apparently there is a theory out there, a fan theory, that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were created on the exact same day that Matt Murdock became Daredevil.
Because the radioactive material fell into the sewer.
Yeah, well, they claim that a guy was running to save somebody who was about to get hit by a car, and the radioactive material fell off of the truck or whatever and infected the turtles. And so there's a theory that the same radioactive material that hit Matt Murdock hit the turtles.
Right.
I like the theory. It's now in my head canon. Anyway.
Okay. It's not in mine, but go ahead.
Anyway, you don't have as much imagination. Anyway, all right. So Matt Murdock's strength, he is above average human strength. He has above average human strength due to rigorous physical activity, but he's not superhuman. Durability, enhanced durability and pain tolerance due to his heightened senses and training. Agility, extraordinarily agile, and reflexes make him a formidable acrobat and fighter. Weapons and gadgets. Daredevil uses his billy clubs as versatile weapons, equipped with a grappling line and other gadgets. I should have done more research on that. I don't think he really has much. I mean, he doesn't have much other than that.
No.
Anyway.
They just they grapple and then they turn into a knight's like a walking stick.
Yeah, like a
right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like a
which is kind of
cane,
cool.
or it's more like a cane than anything else. But it's more like it's the walking stick, like the blind walking sticks. Yeah.
Special abilities, heightened senses include radar-like hearing, touch, taste, and smell. And I want to add something here. Apparently, Stan Lee was quoted as saying that Daredevil's heightened senses are on par with Spider-Man's Spidey sense.
Yeah.
Man, that gives him a huge advantage, in my opinion.
Reflexes.
Well, yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Tactical skills. What?
No, I was gonna say I'll argue that later.
Oh, okay. No, if you got an argument, that's fine. I mean, I want Nightwing to win this, but anyway, exceptional combat and strategic skills, proficient in various martial arts. Daredevil's first appearance was in Daredevil #1, which was published by Marvel Comics in April of 1964. The issue was created by writer Stan Lee and artist Bill Everett. Daredevil important issues for Daredevil. Daredevil #7, 1965. This issue, he was introduced to his iconic red costume, replacing the yellow and black. I like the red much more better.
Much more better. Cheers.
I've never been a fan of the yellow and black very much. I mean, it's kind of fun to see, but I like the red. Let's see. And Daredevil number 181 in 1982. That one was written by Frank Miller, actually, who wrote The Dark Knight Returns. Which kind of ties, in a way, Batman and Daredevil together. Anyway, and that one, Kingpin actually learns Daredevil's secret identity as Matt Murdock. So that's why it's pretty significant. All right, next, moving on to Nightwing, Mr. Dick Grayson of the DC origin.
You said Dick.
Name, dude. Somebody explain to me.
We really have rubbed
Richard
off on
Grayson.
you guys, huh?
Yes,
And
you
he
have.
said rubbed off. Anyway.
I just caught that. That was actually pretty funny.
We do try to be a family show, folks. Anyhow, Dick
But we're
Grayson.
a bunch of boys at heart.
Dick Grayson, originally known as Robin, was the first sidekick to Batman. After growing up and parting ways with Batman, he adopted the identity of Nightwing. Here's some interesting stories on the whole Nightwing too, and why he chose that. But we can talk about that later, possibly. Anyway, Nightwing was created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez, two of my favorites, and is a prominent DC comic superhero. Nightwing operates as a vigilante in Bloodhaven, a city near Gotham, and fights crime on his own terms. His strengths include peak human strength, trained to physical perfection by Batman and his own experiences. I would also say he's not superhuman, just like Daredevil. Durability, above average human durability, aided by his combat training and protective gear. Of course, that's slightly overstated because his protective gear is a little less because he prefers to be able to move rather than have the armor that Batman has, because Batman has more armor on. Weapons and gadgets. Nightwing utilizes various gadgets and equipment. Wonder why. Including
throwing
his
stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah. Including his signature Eskrima, basically the
Eskrima, yeah.
Yeah, basically the same thing that Daredevil uses.
Batons.
Except his has a electrical component, so he can strike you and yeah. Anyway, sorry, I lost my place. I had
Just
more
weapons, gadgets.
I lost his gadgets.
You're saying excrement. I mean excrement.
I know I hate that because that's what I want to say, and I don't want to say it. You know what I mean? He also has wingdings, which is basically his version of the batarangs. He has various smoke bombs. Pretty much everything Batman has, Nightwing has. So moving on.
Sounds like he's more into BDM than he is
Shark
fighting crime.
repellent. Nice, very nice. Yes, I hope Nightwing has shark repellent. Tactical skills, highly skilled in hand-to-hand combat and improvisation.
Improvisation.
Thank you. And a strategic thinker and a team player. I would add acrobats to that also. All right. And his first appearance, of course, was in Detective Comics number 38, published by DC Comics in April of 1940. He later took his identity as Nightwing. So important issues for Nightwing would be Tales of the Teen Titans, number 44, 1984, which I used to have. Issues showcased Dick Grayson's transformation into Nightwing, adopting the new identity as a solo hero. And then Nightwing Volume 2, 1996, Dick Grayson ongoing solo series as Nightwing was launched in 1996, exploring his adventures in Bloodhaven. And then Nightwing 2011 through 2014. This run started with issue 1, was written by Kyle Higgins and delivers a deeper deeper look into Dick Grayson's growth as Nightwing and his leadership role in DC Universe, and I'm sure there's a nasty joke there somewhere.
It was Batman's shadow.
Anyhow, so moving on, we get into the crux of things. This is when we start to break down their strengths, their durability, agility, weapons, special abilities, and tactical skills, and score each one of them. And we will collectively come up with a score for each one of them as we go along. So, number one, we'll go with Daredevil and his strength. So, I say Daredevil's pretty darn strong. I mean, he's taken on formidable characters such as the Kingpin, which is amazingly strong. He's taken on Spider-Man, who has superhuman abilities. I say we got to put him at a 9 or a 10. What do you guys think?
A 9 or a 10 for Daredevil?
Yeah,
that's
like
a little high, man.
Hulk,
you think it's
or
okay?
Yeah,
all right,
way too high.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. So, what do you guys
maybe
think?
Like I'd probably say like a 7.
7
or 8.
Okay.
I mean, he power lifts. He's tough.
Yeah, he's very tough. Very tough.
So
almost super ability, but not quite. He can lift a limo. I
will put him on the same par as far as like if you talk about like superhuman, like if you're talking about like not superhuman strength, but just like physical human strength, he's actually pushed his limit. No different from like Batman or just like Dick Grayson. You know, Dick Grayson, he pushed his physical ability to become more acrobatic and agile to keep up with certain, foes and everything in that nature when he actually are in the heat of the moment when he's actually going through a lot of, his battles. But as far as like strong as going against like, let's say, and he has gone against, I'm going to jump back over to Daredevil a little bit. He has gone up against like, his rogue gallery to a certain extent, and really his most arch nemesis is like what's that? Deadeye. I'm sorry, Bullseye. Bullseye. And it's really more of just like a cat and mouse game with them. Bullseye has just like the enhanced ability of just throwing various objects at with pinpoint precision, and then Matt Murdock is just dodging them. So he just have really, really good reflexes strength wise. No, I mean, yeah, he actually has like going toe to toe with Spider-Man, but Spider-Man kind of like was just they were just basically, it was like a dance more or less. Well,
that's why
they were really physically trying to hurt each other.
That's why I use Spider-Man and Kingpin as examples of strength. So I say 7. All right. So we all agree 7 for Daredevil.
7, yeah.
Okay. So
all right.
Real quick, what for everybody who's watching the show, what are the different elements we're going to cover again? Real quick. Okay. So there's strength,
durability, agility,
weapons and gadgets, special abilities, and tactical skills. Right. So strength would refer to the character's physical strength and ability to overpower opponents. And that's why I was using Kingpin and Spider-Man for examples on that.
That's good. As the 9 or 10s kind of thing.
Well, so we all said 7 because as Darren rightfully pointed out, 10 should go for like the Hulk.
Who invited that guy? I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you, Darren.
I think if we were,
that was good. That's a good point.
Yeah, it was. It was a good point. I wasn't thinking of that. I mean, if we were going just completely human to human, I would have to give him a 10. But we are considering other characters within the Marvel and DC universes, so you have to take in consideration the superpowered characters also.
Yeah.
So
he gets hurt like a lot. Daredevil gets hurt a lot. And it takes a while for him to have a recovery when it actually he has his pain receptors aren't as aren't as developed like the Punisher, because the Punisher, he doesn't have really much. He has a very, very low tolerance when it comes to pain. He can get shot multiple times and everything. You hit Matt if you can hit Matt, but if you do hit Matt with like a 22 or something like that, or just like stab wound and stuff like, he's gonna feel it like big time, and that's gonna and it's gonna basically weaken his level of strength to a certain degree. So he'll still be able to protect himself.
Would that fall under durability though? The whole feeling of pain and stuff like that, or
I would think
probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good info.
I'm just why I'm justifying his strength, not
that's good info.
Strong.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think either of these guys really rely too much on strength. I think
that's great.
Right. Like they go into battle and their main plan revolves around their agility, their ability to move faster than their opponent. And although I do think Nightwing probably has to depend on the strength a little bit more because of some of the foes. I think there's a lot stronger rogues in their gallery than there are Daredevils.
Okay.
Nightwing, I would put him against Deathstroke for one.
Right.
And Deathstroke almost has superhuman strength.
Right.
But not quite. But I would put Deathstroke higher than Nightwing. So
but you've got Croc and Bane, and you've got a lot more strength heavy guys. Where
Nightwing actually broke Bane back too.
Right.
So
Nightwing his strength relies a lot, and then his strength is on par where he can knock out a lot of those characters like Croc and everything. And then the dude he's really good. Don't get me wrong. He knows precision points, how to utilize his abilities to incorporate his weapons with his strength to knock them out as more efficiently as possible. And that's one thing that
I'm almost thinking we should knock Daredevil down to a 6 and make Nightwing a 7 now.
I'm all for that.
Well, I mean, no, okay. So, I mean, they have shown Dick Grayson getting his arm broke, his leg broke, and he's been knocked out because he can easily get overpowered and everything in that nature. More so than you actually see with Daredevil. Daredevil, he just goes through a lot of he keeps slogging it out and everything. So, and I'm kind of segueing into durability right about now. Which one can stay on their feet a lot longer than the other? And that depends on I'm talking about initial burst of strength. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to Matt on this one. When it comes to if they're fresh off their their coffee and they have their their little spike and everything, they're going into a hole. Matt is going to go in there blazing, hands down. And Nightwing is going to go in there doing all those flippy jumpies, throwing stuff, trying to shock him to death type of deal.
All right, so we're saying 7 and 7. Is that what we're saying? 7 for Daredevil, 7 for Nightwing.
I think that's what we're doing.
All right, cool. All right, let's continue this discussion about durability. So, from a durability standpoint, this is good. This is a good lead-in. How are we defining durability?
Okay. Hang on.
Well, I mean, they're both mortal. They both can be killed. They both, I think, have been killed. And come back. But I think that. I guess. I mean,
that's a good comment.
Daredevil's probably a little more durable. I think he's
gone up against a lot of more assassins, and more of
well, the fact that even before his power, he was a kid and he took radioactive waste to the face and lived to tell the tale. So that's pretty durable.
He was a kid and he was taking punches from his dad to the face.
Oh, God,
right.
So
I mean, he was a tough kid.
His dad was the one that really.
Dick Grayson was tough too as a kid, but I don't know.
Yeah. And according to our definition, it's character's ability to sustain physical damage and recover from it. And if I remember right, doesn't Daredevil have? I mean, not like a healing factor, but he heals quicker.
He does. He has somewhat. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's
resilient
like
when it
Wolverine.
comes down to that.
I don't even think it's like Deathstroke's, because Deathstroke also has a healing factor. I wouldn't even put it on par with that. Yep. But if he's got any bit of a healing factor, I think that gives him just a little more durability than Nightwing, in my opinion. And like Derek said, the whole taking acid to the face. I mean, Two-Face took acid to the face, and look what happened to him. So,
hey, I'll be right back, gentlemen. Keep going.
Right. Okay.
All right. So, for durability, I guess.
Okay. So,
go ahead.
I was going to say for durability, I would give this one more towards Daredevil, because it's not only that, who can take the most amount of damage, is you can't really hit Daredevil unless you really catch him hint in his blind spot. And then with Nightwing charges in, and he's going to basically take a lot more blows. He actually has taken a lot more blows. It's like he'll get nicked, but he's still going. So he'll take a little bit more of those. He's more of your charger, try to do as much damage before they can be able to move. But if he does get, fatigue, or, he gets, just for an example, when he went up against Damian, Bruce's son, he knew exactly how he was able to fight, and knew how he was able to like try to counter every last one of his moves. But if you're on the same wavelength as far as ability wise, as far as fighting ability, he's going to be kind of like, trying to be more tactical when it comes down to his strategy. Versus Daredevil, his radar senses give him the alertness, very similar on a more minimalistic scale as Spider-Man, of incoming attacks. All right, I don't need to exert that much force. I can just move out the way.
Slow down, Darren, because I think you're getting into agility there.
Well, I'm segueing into it.
Well, we haven't scored. We haven't scored durability yet. We got to score durability.
I'm getting there.
All right.
So his durability is going to be about a 7.2. There you go. I'm done.
I think Darren's caffeine levels on a 10 right now. Anyway, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, what do we score Daredevil on durability then?
I'd say it's like a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
6, 7. Yeah, that's about
right. I'd give Nightwing a 5.
All right, that sounds fair.
Just slightly less. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I say just slightly less than Daredevil. Now, Theron, we can move on to agility. Agility refers to speed, reflexes, and overall mobility. So I think that both characters are pretty on par here. I mean, first of all, Nightwing is the greatest acrobat within the whole DC universe. Not even Batman can touch him in acrobatics. He can do a quadruple flip. So that
when your family name is the Flying Graysons, what do you think? He's a
of course. Of course, he's
going to be good at acrobatics.
Well, I agree. I think that in fact gives Nightwing the edge on this one. I think he's a 10 for agility.
Whoa!
But I think the fact that he is a trained acrobat, he grew up learning how to be an acrobat, as opposed to Daredevil, who he's acrobatic. He's a rooftop hopper and he's graceful and but I it wasn't really, it was learned on the fly, and he kind of had to figure that out on his own.
Agree.
Whereas
I kind of, because if you can really distort and that's one of his weaknesses. You can distort his sonar abilities too. If you do like high pitch sounds, it jars the environment for him. They kind of show that. I mean, when it comes to abilities, Dick Grayson, he has it. He knows how to maneuver, and he has it's hard to hit. He can be hard to hit at times if he's going in fully prepared, like Batman taught him. And he's not no dummy. So,
well, like we say, Batman with time and prep can beat anyone, and Nightwing is, he's a chip off the old block. So,
right.
Nightwing falls into that too. Also, so if we are going to say that Nightwing has a 10 for agility, I mean, I don't think Daredevil's a slouch.
No.
but
8 or 9.
I'd give him about an 8. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'd give him about 8 on that one.
I think 8 is fair for that one.
What?
All right.
What? Whoa! What?
Well, you should.
Steven, you missed it. You missed it.
Yeah.
I did. Sorry, everybody.
I was saying that Nightwing gets the edge on this one because he's a trained acrobat. He grew up doing this, whereas Daredevil, Matt had to kind of figure it out on his own.
Oh, fair enough. I'll
Yeah.
go with that. Sure.
So.
See, you say it, Derek, and he goes with it.
I'm being fair.
No, but if it would have just been me, he would have been arguing with me. But you say it. Okay, that's fair.
I mean, but Derek did make a point about it because it has to be for Daredevil, his agility to be really effective. It has to be somewhat in a pretty decent condition for him to maneuver and everything in that nature. It's not like he's running into a building and not knowing where he's going. Nightwing, he plans all that stuff. He's not going to go unless it's a bomb in the building. He has to shuck it out of there real quick. Got to jump through a window. But other than that, it's just like he has really good physical abilities when it comes down to just being fast.
I agree with that. Yeah. All right, weapons and gadgets. I don't think there's any comparison here.
No. Yeah, that's Nightwing.
I'm sorry. Daredevil barely. I mean, Daredevil's just got pretty much the sticks, and it's for the most part his only weapon.
Yeah, they got a couple
his
tricks up his sleeves, but
Wait.
Yeah.
So you're saying his stick is his only weapon?
What's the phrase? Talk soft and carry a big stick.
Carry a big stick.
Right.
I speak softly, but I carry a big stick.
But yeah, I mean, Nightwing, he comes from the gadget people of the DC universe. Like,
good call.
I'm gonna quote the '89 Joker, the Jack Nicholson Joker. Where does he get those wonderful toys?
That's right.
Oh yeah.
So, and I'm sure Dick has just about every version of every Batman gadget there is. So so I think we have to give. We're gonna say a 10 on that for
Nightwing. That's definitely a 10 on him. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he got
not to mention those sticks are awesome.
Wingdings. He has the grapple. He has the stun baton. I want to say I call them really stun batons. Really, that's what they are. Because they,
So what score do we give Daredevil on this one?
I gave him a 2.
Daredevil,
2.
2?
Only because his sticks can be a grappling hook too. Like that's kind of cool. But
they can. But he also lost them in battle too. Like he kind of he dropped them, or they get somewhat snapped or whatever. So he has to rely on his fists. So
he doesn't have anything else to use.
Yeah, he doesn't I'm in a tough situation. Let me just pick up a brick or something like that. He's not doing that unless he needs to make another echo type of deal. He'll throw something so he can have the echo chamber.
Okay, so we'll go 2 on that one. Wow, that puts him at a huge disadvantage there. All right, special abilities. Now, I think this is where Daredevil shines, and Nightwing. You can't really say he's got special abilities. I mean, he is like almost the greatest detective in the DC universe.
Yeah.
He's just under Batman. So he's smart and all. But I don't know. I think that also falls under his tactical more than his special. Where Daredevil, like we said, he has the heightened senses. And Stan Lee himself had said that his senses are on par with Spider-Man. Yeah. And in fact, in some senses, they're greater than Spider-Man's. I kind of think we got to give him a 10 on that. I mean, maybe not a 10.
I put him at like a 7 or 8. He does because that's the only ability that he has really. Like he's got the heightened senses. He doesn't have super strength. He doesn't have healing factors. He can't fly. He doesn't shoot lasers out of his eyes. He's just, it's a pretty.
Of course, Nightwing doesn't do any of those things either.
Well, I mean, you have a lot of characters that do have multiple powers. So where he only has the one, like it's definitely a power, you know, as opposed to Nightwing who doesn't.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
So
he has a special disability.
Yeah. And you know, at Nightwing, I mean, Dick's not. He doesn't have superpowers, but I think that not only was he trained by the best, so he's got those natural abilities that he learned from him, but he's also a born leader and he's a total charmer. You know.
Well, no. Okay. To play devil's advocate, you know, Matt Murdock is no slouch when it comes to women. So, I mean,
well, but I mean, I don't know.
Like
I'd say charismatic over charm.
Like Ray Charles.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Dick can weasel his way into anything if he wants to, you know. And I think if you stack the bedposts up, Dick's got a lot more notches.
Yeah, this is getting worse as it goes along. Dick can weasel his way in.
Grayson's got a lot more notches on his bedpost than Matt does. You know what I
mean? I mean, he did have a thing with Starfire.
Wait a minute, I don't think that counts as special abilities, though.
I would. Hey,
you had to do something right.
Derek, I mean, I'm on your side. I want Nightwing to win this, but come on, I think you're stretching things here.
I'm not saying that he deserves a 10. I'm saying I gave him a 4 for this, but I think that you should count those as abilities. You know, he's
all right. So
I would definitely go with the leadership. Absolutely, the leadership, the natural leadership.
The Teen Titans wouldn't be. Yeah, they wouldn't be who they are without him.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dick Grayson took the idea of being a sidekick and elevated it, made it so that, you know what, you're a sidekick right now, but that you don't have to stay that way. And being a sidekick isn't a bad thing. You're important and you're needed and you can contribute. I mean, he's really like the quintessential sidekick in the beginning. He
did become Batman for a while.
You know, exactly.
It is something to be said about apprenticeship. We all have those sidekick things, but that's to develop us even more so for the future, what the future may hold. Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot.
That too.
Darren's poo-pooing this.
I was going to say, because Matt actually, he did lead his firm, and he does look out for the safety of the people in the borough and where he lives at and everything in that nature. He looks out for the underdog. So he's not like your top leader and everything in that nature. He doesn't carry that, but he does look out for the little guy in his entire, you know, where they come from. What was it, Queens? Is it Queen?
Yeah, I still think with special ability wise, I think special ability wise, it still falls under. There is more of a leadership standpoint. We're just talking special abilities that there is that leadership aspect. But we say first, what? Go ahead.
Well, the problem with Daredevil too is that like he has those powers, but those powers can easily be taken away. You make a loud noises, anything that can screw up his ability to use his sonar.
Perception, yeah.
Right. That is he's going to be completely blind. He's you would be fighting an actual blind guy. He's not really blind when he uses his abilities.
Pun intended, right?
Right. So I mean, like with Dick, you can't really deter. You can't do anything to kind of screw up his natural abilities.
That's true. That is true.
No, that's not true. He's human, just like anybody else. You can break his arm. He literally got his arm broken and leg broke. He got messed up by his own kind of step. No, what was
I mean, we're talking about.
But I bet you, while he was in the hospital, he probably got hooked up with a nurse because of that. You know? So,
oh my goodness,
that broken out. They got
night nurse. They got night nurse. Heals Matt several times. He practices his wounds.
You guys remember Animaniacs? Yeah. Hello, nurse.
All
right, so Matt has
give this one to Daredevil because Daredevil does have his special ability would be his enhanced reflexes, very similar to Spider-Man's Spidey sense. That's his special ability.
I have to agree. I think number wise, this does have to go to Matt.
Yeah.
Or Daredevil. But yes, we do have to give Dick some
notches.
Some notches, considering that he does have the leadership skills and he can get just about any woman he wants. So
that's not a superpower.
So
all right,
where are we at so far then?
Some people consider that a superpower.
Hey, I wouldn't have minded that power growing up. That's all I can say, you know?
I can't say anything. My wife is listening.
Mine will be later. So.
She's like right there.
What were you going to say, Steven? Before we all got run over?
I was just asking before we continue, where are we at in our scoreboard so far?
Well, we're trying to score special abilities right now. Is what we're trying to score. We'll run down the scores before we add everything up, though. So special abilities, we're going to give it to Matt Murdock, Daredevil, but number wise, what are we saying here?
I'm saying he's about, when it comes to special ability, give him about a 9 on that one. Not because you got to think about it. 9 is more like more of a Spidey sense type of deal. So I mean, his reflexes is more like a Spidey sense, like more of a not a mutant. What is Spider-Man? Spider-Man is not a mutant. Spider-Man is just
Spider-Man's like Daredevil. He just radioactive stuff made him.
Yeah, he has. Right, he's like a what they call them. They call him. It's not. They're not Inhumans.
Altered
human. That's exactly what he is. He's more of an ultra human than anything else. So he's on the same par when it comes to, and even Spider-Man's Spidey senses, sometimes it fails him too. You know, different Spider-Man.
But so Spider-Man has a lot more. Spider-Man has a lot more abilities than just the spider sense.
Of course. But that awareness, though, that heightened sense of awareness of where you're at is what's going to basically take him up to the same level as that Spider-Man plateau. So you got to give him, I would say, like an 8. But damn near a 9 to be asked me. I'm sorry.
But let's think about this a minute. Daredevil could actually smell the gunpowder from a gunman like 3 blocks away.
Yeah,
you know?
that's pretty interesting.
So his smell is heightened. His hearing is amazing.
Yeah,
it's better than Spider-Man's hearing. And then he doesn't have sight, but the night vision or sonar thing kind of like gives him almost a heightened sense of eyesight. So that's why Stan Lee had said that actually his heightened senses are actually on par, if not better than Spider-Man. So
I ever so humbly disagree. I agree with Derek. Only from this aspect of it's a heightened senses. Yes, you got your 5 senses. Got it. No problem. But he doesn't have super strength. He doesn't have super eye beams coming out. I think it's just a limitation of how many powers he has. Right. So if you give him a 9, it's like you're saying he's right up there next to Superman, who has all these others. So that's where I'm like, I don't know if I can go 9 kind of a thing, but just
so what number?
If that's the case, then we need to drop the.
I just give him a 2. He's a 2
for Nightwing when it comes down to durability.
He has.
What you said 2?
No. I'm on Jared's side on this one.
I'd say about a 7 or 8.
All right, I think 7's fair. I think 7.
When we talk about those, when we compare those two to each other, but you're talking about like if you were to compare his ability to like a Superman or like a.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
don't go that far if we look at that.
I think for this category, a 10 would be reserved for someone like Superman.
It's the same thing as what we did for strength.
Powers, right.
Yeah. The way we explained strength at the beginning, that's where I'm just okay. If we're going to apply it like that, then this is the same boat.
Right. No, I get what you're saying, but
I think a 7's fine.
When you threw out a 2, no.
I was like, don't do my boy wrong.
I was just being what my wife would say.
Right. Steven's bias is showing.
If Daredevil's 7, and he's definitely higher than Nightwing, although we know Nightwing's ability to get women. The notches on the bed.
I would only give Nightwing about a 4 for this. I can be honest.
3 or 4.
Now, if we were talking his charm, it would be higher. But okay, that wasn't.
I'm sure he would convince us it would be higher.
If he has
He
ability
would.
like
He'd be able to-
poison
yeah,
ivy,
exactly
where
right.
he can like basically blow like pheromone kisses and then charm a person, then that's a special ability I will give him. He ain't
I'm
got
pretty
that.
sure
Or
he's
All I heard,
I
all I
think
heard
he's
was
charmed
blow.
poison ivy, so he's
if he has
he's able
charm
to
like
turn
his,
it right
if his
around.
pheromone and his Dick Grayson, his body pheromones is able to woo women, then that's a special ability. Otherwise, just spitting game is not that complicated. You just have to have confidence.
Such
sir.
a boy episode. I'm just saying.
You need to have. Walk up to a girl. Hey, I'm Dick Grayson. How you doing?
Dick Grayson.
Put your hand
Dick
on
Grayson
your
puts up
shoulder.
some stiff
Come on, the
competition.
guy he was a super spy once. Like, there's nothing sexier.
No, he was
That's right.
Agent of Spiral.
And he does
Hello.
have more gadgets than James Bond. So.
Hello, my name is Grayson. Dick Grayson.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh,
y'all made a Bond reference. Yeah, that's about right. That's I'll really put him in that same category too.
All right. Last category: tactical skills, referring to the character's ability to strategize and think on their feet in combat situations.
They about
Nightwing
that
takes
one.
this. Nightwing takes it.
You think Nightwing takes this one?
He's
kinda with
not
Daredevil.
as tactical as Batman, but he's close. And whereas Daredevil, he can think on his feet. He's quick and he can kind of plan there, but he's not a long-term strategist. I think he's more impulsive, and whereas Dick is more reserved, and I think he's seeing Daredevil. Matt can see things that Nightwing can't, but he's not. But Nightwing sees like 10 steps ahead, as opposed to Daredevil, who's just seeing.
Because
what's going
Daredevil
on.
has a day job. He is a lawyer by the day. He ain't got time to be thinking about fighting all the time and planning. He does what he needs to do when he gets all the information from his cases. That's when he goes out and he does his thing.
So if we talk strategery, then I think Nightwing, if you put him right up to Batman, if Batman's a 10, let's say Batman's a 10.
Right.
Obviously,
Batman's
he's not
definitely a 10.
Nightwing is not a 10, but yet he's mentored under him, taught to look at the big picture, be aware of your surroundings, look at the whole things. I'd definitely say he's an 8 or 9. Easy.
So let me go back to one of my favorite moments in the Batman comic books. Okay. So we have Batman has taken Tim Drake in, and Batman has decided he's going to take a different strategy when it comes to training Robin because of what all had happened with Jason Todd.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point, Dick Grayson shows up and he tells Tim, all right, come with me. And Dick takes Tim to a park, and they're like there before sunrise. Okay. So nobody's in the park, and they're just sitting there, and the entire day, nothing is said. And then nightfall comes, and Tim's like, okay, what are we doing? And Dick Grayson looks at Tim and says, all right, tell me, give me an identification, or give me a description of everybody you saw in this park today. Everyone. And it just shows the tactical mind that Dick Grayson has, and how well he's been taught by Batman. And I agree. His planning, and he's strategic, and where Matt Murdock is more impulsive, he's kind of, sort of a dirty fighter, that kind of thing. He's more on that level where
he's really only going after just one organization. He's trying to take down Kingpin, and he's going after the Hand. That's really the only two, or he's trying to, to nullify the Hand assassin, that whole organization right there. So he's just only focused on those 2 points. Dick is probably looking at the entire scope of everything all the time in this environment, where he's at. There is no shut off valve when it comes to that. Matt only gives that information once he have enough evidence from all of the lawyer stuff he do through the day of, okay, I need to basically attack them when they least expect it, or try to find out much as I can by, infiltrating, getting in there as quick as possible. And if I run into a henchman or two, I got to deal with that. I got to deal with what I have to deal with. That's pretty much
Right.
it. He's not really more on the same par as Dick Grayson. So definitely Dick has the upper hand when it comes down to tactical abilities.
So, like Steven said, if we're going to put Batman at a 10 for tactical, we can't put Nightwing at a 10 because he's got to come in under Batman. So he's got to be either a 9 or an 8.
I'd give him an 8 because, and mainly because he's more emotional than Batman. He's more affected by emotion.
Oh, good call.
That is true. That is true.
Bruce can turn that stuff off and think only, basically put the blinders on.
Bruce has no emotions.
No, well, not that he doesn't have emotions, but I think he has more control over his emotions. Whereas Dick, I think, I don't want to say impulsive, but like things can throw him off. Matt
Murdock's no different in that sense.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to that, Matt Murdock is the same, actually.
Yeah.
He can't just completely turn everything off the way Bruce could, So if we're giving Nightwing an 8 for tactical, again, I don't think that Daredevil's a slouch on this, though.
No,
I
give Daredevil a 6.
Okay,
yeah,
6.
I give him about a 6 on this one.
Fair. We all agree at 6.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here comes the moment.
Wait, you mean 1.6? 1.6, right?
Okay. So yeah, let's run down each score real quick. So Daredevil, we gave him a number 7 for strength. We gave him 6 for durability. We gave him 8 for agility. We gave him 2 for gadgets and weapons. 7 for special abilities, and tactical skills. We give him a 6. So 7. 6.
Steven, make sure you check his math.
Plus 2. Plus 7.
It's not his math you got to worry about.
Hey, Derek, you do know that Batman is my favorite DC character.
Know.
Right? Okay. Batman and Deathstroke. So, all right. That gives Daredevil an overall score of 36. All right. Okay. So Nightwing, we gave him a 7 on strength. We gave him a 5 on durability. We gave him a 10 on agility. We gave him a 10 on gadgets. 33. We gave him 4 on special abilities.
37.
And we gave him 8 in tactical.
45.
Wow. So Nightwing actually, by our scoring, beats Daredevil with a score of 44. Total score of 44.
Because he doesn't have gadgets. That's the only reason why he doesn't have he doesn't rely on that many gadgets.
Gadgets and agility is what Gadgets didn't inch Matt out. Gadgets just threw Matt out.
Right.
Agility inched Matt out.
He needs to go to the Toy Man or something. And
I don't know. The Toy Man. Oh no.
Yeah, get some gadgets and then come back and see us.
See, I'm kind of still iffy on the agility part because that's his heightened senses kind of like gives him give him a little bit of a higher notch when it comes to agility. I don't think that.
Let me ask you something. Oh, go ahead.
Even if we give Matt Murdock a 10, which is the highest we can give him.
Yeah.
Even if we give him a 10 on agility, that still puts him at a 38, and he still loses to Nightwing.
Yeah.
I mean,
let me ask you something, Theron. Let me ask you something. The Justice League calls in Nightwing sometimes, right? He gets the call. He's on call. He's an unofficial member of the Justice League.
Hell, he's leading the Justice League.
Have the Avengers ever called in Daredevil? Well, how often do they call in Daredevil to help fight a foe?
Well, that was because he was on Netflix.
No, but no. Okay, so he
although to play devil's advocate,
and don't get me wrong, he's got a team. He's got the Defenders, but to
play devil's advocate, can Nightwing catch a brick through a window without seeing it?
Well, maybe with his head, but
okay. But that goes to their ethics, though. That goes down to okay, who's fighting for what greater good? Daredevil's only fighting for Hell's Kitchen, his local
Wait a
environment.
minute.
And so on
I want to pause you right there. That is not part of our character sheet. It does not count.
I agree with that.
Listen, we've already scored. It's over.
Look, they're both
funny. You gotta give me a break, man. That's not fair.
You gotta add a category that's impact on their universe.
Hey, Theron,
I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna quote a coworker of ours, Sean. Fair is a concept created by individuals who cannot accept reality.
Well, that's not fair.
Exactly.
I don't accept reality. What are you talking about? Why do you think I'm into comics?
Oh no, I'm not. This is not the reality. I'm trying to justify like how. All right, so no,
Well,
he has.
don't be sad.
Daredevil hasn't really been. I'm not.
Listen,
being sad.
Daredevil
He's
lost
okay.
fair and square. We've already scored. It's all over. We've already made our arguments.
And Daredevil could even take a couple other categories if you went with like best first outfit. Like I'm not.
Oh yeah,
Nightwing's
wins
costume was terrible, and you know,
Ooh, that's
Daredevil.
That's
I
funny.
would take the yellow and black over Nightwing's like feathery like looking. You know,
His first time. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are we going?
Okay.
Are we going Dick's very first costume? Because then we're going the Robin costume.
No.
As
I mean
far
the
as
first
Nightwing.
the light blue and the yellow and
The very 90s and yeah. And if we're
No
going better
embarrassing.
hair, if we're going better
I
hair,
don't think that's hanging out in his closet anymore. You know, I'm pretty sure he's thrown that out.
I sure he burned it.
as long as he's not wearing that black and red one, I hate that one. I like the blue.
Well, you know what I liked about the red one was how he first decided to go red, because during that storyline he beats down a criminal so bad and he uses the guy's blood to make the.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was a dark storyline. I kind of dug that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's dark for him. That's really. Yeah. I could see Daredevil doing that.
Yeah, both of them have like they go through periods where they'll go up against like a villain or a foe or something like that, and they go really they take it over and take it overboard, and they have to step back a little bit.
Look at
and,
Daredevil became Kingpin. You know, Daredevil the Kingpin in New York. There's a lot of iconic moments from both of these guys, and
definitely, definitely.
He dropped was that Bullseye, and Bullseye became paralyzed because he couldn't save him, and that's how that was. It's kind of crazy too. Yeah. Which I hated Bullseye's character, but it's one of those things where he was just annoying to me in the comics because it's just like that Tom and Jerry type of deal. I never did like that concept, and that's how.
Do you ever read any of the Dark Avengers where Bullseye is the undercover Hawkeye? Not Hawkeye.
Oh no.
Is it? Oh yeah, Hawkeye. Yeah, there was. It's a team that who was
that's cool.
Norman Osborn creates this team of Avengers. He's taken over, and he puts in all these villains as the actual Avengers. So like this, there's a symbiote, a Venom character that is the new Spider-Man, and they had Bullseye as Hawkeye, and like you said, he's super annoying.
It's just his character is really annoying to me.
Well, maybe that's his superpower, to be annoying.
Yeah.
No,
I
don't get it.
But overall, just because he got spanked by Nightwing today doesn't mean that he isn't a good character. He's a strong character. They both had good moments.
Strong characters, yes.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
Derek ends this with a knockout punch.
Yeah, he got me on this one. I can't really. I'm trying to think. I'm like, okay, so he doesn't really. His mythos is only pretty much centralized around Hell's Kitchen and going up against, about a good handful of his rogue galleries, really mainly Kingpin. And I thought Kingpin was more on the Spider, but he's Matt Murdock's been. Yeah. He's trying to bring down the organization. That's mainly where his focus is. So, dang.
I just like how you said handful, like the handful of rogues, the hand assassins.
Speaking of, let's be honest. If we was to set the trainers against each other, Batman would destroy Stick. So, Yeah.
You think Batman was? No. I think Stick is on the same.
I'm with you on this one, Derek. No,
come on.
No,
Think of who Batman's destroyed. Like, come on.
I think Stick
Batman
is
can
on
take
the
down
same.
Superman.
All right, everybody.
Right?
And next time it's going to be Batman versus Stick.
No, not Batman versus Stick. Batman Ra's al Ghul versus Stick. Wasn't Ra's al Ghul the one that trained Batman?
Ra's takes that one too. Come on.
yeah, come on, Raz.
Stick is a blind. He's like the blind samurai.
Yeah,
he's blind.
Ra's al Ghul just keeps coming back.
Oh, that's
All right, everybody, stay tuned. It sounds like we got some new ideas coming out for new verses. The villains versus series.
All right.
Okay, all right. So ultimately, we are giving this one to Nightwing. I will post the results of these in the chat or in the chat for this, and if you're chiming in, you can chime in and tell us what you guys think. Were we correct in our scoring?
Yes, we were.
Yes.
so definite on that one. That's funny.
Well, at least 3 of the 4 of us think we are. But anyway, give us your opinions. Who do you think would win between Nightwing and Daredevil? But as far as I'm concerned, we gave it the official word. Nightwing's the winner.
Okay.
That's right.
You don't gotta say it so many times. I mean, I got it the first time. I'm pretty sure listeners did too. Gotta keep saying it over and over again. It's just like, all right, roll Quidditch.
All right. With that said, Steven, you got anything else?
Hey, everybody, be sure to check us out at 2geeksmicah.com. No, I'm just kidding. So, hey, everybody, actually do check out our website at 2geeksmicah.com, 2geeksmicah.com. There you'll find all things with the 2 Geeks. You'll get our links to all of our splendorific things, to our merch store. We've got a new merch store that Mike has worked on and set up, which is fantabulous. So please check that out. Also, if you want to go to our podcast page, it's there. If you want to go to our YouTube page, that's there. If you want to go to our Ko-fi page, it is there. Ko-fi is what we use specifically for our support. If you just want to support us, you want to buy us a little coffee on Ko-fi, go to ko-fi.com/2geeks. That's the number 2 GEEKS, or you can search us there on Ko-fi. All the support that we receive actually goes to pay for all the equipment and the technical difficulties and all that kind of stuff that we have. But no, we just
therapy really for Sharon.
Right.
What I did
and all that. Yes. Also, everybody, if you want to help support us, we really appreciate it. On our website, there's all of our affiliate sponsors that we have. But one I want to talk about today real quick is Audible. I'm very excited about Audible and how we can listen to all kinds of things. Now, just to give credit to our friends at 3 Geeky Dads, they have been listening to... he has been listening to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And so I heard that and I thought, I'm going to add that to my list. What's cool about Audible Trial, if you're not sure if you like stuff like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you can get a free one. If you've never tried Audible before, go to audibletrial.com/2geeks, TWOGEEKS, and you can get your own free month, your first free Audible book, which is really splendorific. So the audiobooks there cover all kinds of different genres: mystery, thriller, action, Nightwing erotica. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's what we're talking about. But actually, you can even get podcasts. There is if you are part of the membership where you can get a free credit every month for any Audible book. But they also have the Audible Plus catalog, which is all kinds of freebies, all kinds of free audiobooks that you can listen to as part of your membership. So please check them out, audibletrial.com/2geeks. If you do that, that actually helps out our show as well. So, all right, Mike, I think that's got it covered.
All right. Give our guests a chance to push anything they would like to push. Mr. Theron, do you have anything you want to push?
No, not at the moment.
I'm just kidding.
No, not at the moment. Looking forward to us like being on the next podcast and everything in that nature. So, I'll be
Right
here.
on.
Yes.
If you need me to come
Darren
back
is
for
a-
another versus.
Darren is an extended member of the Two Geeks family, even though we beat him up a lot.
He holds his own.
And
I
Mr.
really
Derek,
do.
please give the info on you guys' show.
So our podcast, Three Geeky Dads, can be found at 3gdpodcast.com. That's www.3. That's right. 3gdpodcast.com. All of our social media is linked to that. You can listen to any of the catalog, including our Versus episodes. And we actually are going to be recording live for anybody in the New England area.
What?
Cool.
Yeah, August 16th at the Dark Arts Festival. We're going to have a table. We're going to be recording live. It's going to be 12 to 6 p.m. Sunday, August 13th at Battleground Z in Lincoln, Rhode Island. We're going to have a table set up. We're going to try to get some merchandise, some stickers or stuff to give out, and hopefully some people stop by. We can talk to artists and creators, and yeah, it'll be a good time. It'll be our second live show.
What time zone is that? Just so
that's Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because I always say Central Standard, so is everything.
And I always say Mountain Standard.
Right. But everything revolves around the central, so because they're the center of everything. Anyway, all right. With that said, if you made it this far, please go and like and subscribe to both our Facebook and our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube and give the little bell a tickle so that you'll be notified of any time that we go live, even if there are weird hiccups like we had this morning. If you are joining us, we got a lot of new subscribers last week with our live stream with Eric July last week, and we welcome you and thank you for being here, and we hope that we keep you along for our ride. We got plenty of more stuff coming up. Next week, Steven and I are going to go over the Batman series One Bad Day, and I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. After that, we are going to take a week break, and then we're going to come back to give our weekly breakdown of the Ahsoka series. And we got some stuff planned for October. I don't want to give all that away, but we got some stuff coming up in October, some surprises. So that's what we got going. With that said, Darren, thank you for joining us. I appreciate your Marvel insight that you always have. You always have great insight into the Marvel universe, because it's not always my strong suit, because DC tends to be. And thank you, of course, to Derek and the Three Geeky Dads. We love you guys. We listen to you all the time. Although
you guys show.
Thank you. Look at the love fest here going on. All right. With that said, over and out. And where's my outro? See you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,